This week, our focus is on dispatching. We're going to talk about prioritizing calls and forecasting. We'll be looking at some of the variables a dispatcher must consider in order to schedule effectively and efficiently. We'll also be identifying a few tips that can help a dispatcher avoid potential problems while maximizing productivity. Now, if all that sounds kind of complicated, that's because, well, it is. Scheduling calls and assigning techs to service them isn't as easy as you might think. There are a lot of factors to consider, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong. Sure, it'd be nice if you could stick to a simple rotation system. As a new job came up, you could just give it to the next tech on the list. Heck, you might not even need a dispatcher, right? Well, I wouldn't count on it. Suppose a customer calls because they don't have any power. No problem. You look at your list and you see that Henry is next up. But Henry is all the way on the other side of town working on a job that'll take him well into the afternoon. No problem. Dennis is just down the block from the customer. Oops. Dennis is a heating and air specialist. He's not too skilled as an electrician. Oh, of course. There's always Robert. He knows electricity. Oh yeah. He's been so overworked that he'd probably quit if I give him even one more call. I wonder if Rocky's available.
So, Junior, who'd you decide to give that big furnace job to, huh?
Not like it's any of your business or anything, but I just happened to give it to my pal Sammy, huh? I mean, he deserved the call, and after all, he was right in the neighborhood, which saved us plenty of time and gas money, not to mention the fact that it made Sammy happy, too.
Boy, that was real smart. Maybe Rocky will give you a raise or something. You know, all that time and money saved? Guess it don't really matter that Sam only thinks he knows how to install a furnace. You know, the last time he tried a job like that, Rocky got sued. Again.
I hope by now you understand the difficulties involved. So what can a dispatcher do to make things a little more manageable? Well, first, it's a good idea to set a standard time allotment, say 2.5 hours for all routine jobs. Naturally, there will be exceptions. I don't think that too many techs could do a complete repipe in the same time it takes to clear a simple stoppage. So take note of these exceptions and use them to make more accurate estimates when needed. If your company has preset time allotments per task in your software, make sure that you are using them and updating actual time as you go. But when it comes to general scheduling, having a standard job time definitely helps give you an idea of your tech's availability.
Let me see now, huh? Yeah, if I give Sammy the wiring job, that should take him about what? About an hour? A little longer than that, probably. I'd say, hour and a half. That sounds reasonable. Yeah. Oh, then while he's doing that, oh yeah, I could send Rocky over to take care of the leaky toilet, which would take him about, well, no, not that long. I'd say, yeah, 3, maybe 2 hours. Yeah.
Another good dispatch tip is to study your tech's profiles. If your shop doesn't yet have such a resource, take the time to create one. A tech profile is simply a written summary, often attached to a photo of the tech, listing the tech's special training, skills, experience, and special considerations. For example, a new dispatcher could take one look at Tom's profile and know that Tom has been in plumbing for 10 years, is fully licensed and bonded, has a particular talent for handling high BTU commercial boilers, speaks fluent Italian as well as English, and keeps his truck at home.
A commercial job. And from Susan's notes, I'd say a pretty big job. Okay. Well, looks like Tom's going to love this one. After all, boilers this size are his specialty. All right.
Now, what happens when you schedule a tech for a long-term job, like a kitchen remodel, and a few days into the job, he suddenly asks for some time off because his wife's just given birth to their first baby? You've got a problem, don't you? But you know what? You could have easily avoided that whole scenario by considering your tech's personal schedules before assigning the job. Make it your business to know when a birthday is coming up, when someone's baby is due, when an operation is scheduled, when someone's having trouble at home, when they're overdue for a vacation, or when they've just returned from their honeymoon. The more you know about your techs, the better able you'll be to anticipate problems and plan out your day.
Sam, I'm telling you, you're going on that one more call, all right? I know you could hear me, you rat, all right? You ain't under any bridge or out of radio range. I know you were there. Pick up. You are ignoring me? Are you ignoring me? You're not getting away with this, Sam. I don't care what you're thinking or what you got planned, all right?
Hey.
You are going what?
Rock, sign this card I got for Sam here. See? Come on, I'm leaving soon. It's your last chance. You know, I think it is such a shame about his dog and all. He's all broken up. It's so sweet that he cared about that mutt so much. I never seen him like this. Rocky, are you going to sign this bereavement card, aren't you? I gotta go. I gotta go meet him at the pet cemetery for the service.
Do you remember what it was like when you first moved into a new area or town? You get a map so you can find your way around. And then you try to learn the names of the streets, but locations are hard to visualize. And a map doesn't tell you everything. Some things you just sort of discover for yourself. You know, like the traffic light that takes forever to turn green, the stretch of freeway that turns into a parking lot between 5 and 6 p.m., or the never-ending construction that's turned downtown into a labyrinth of detours. While it is very smart to have a map of your service area with magnets or pins to represent your technicians, you must become familiar with the geographic area. What are the neighborhoods called? Where are the shortcuts?
Sam. Yo, Sammy. Hey, what are you doing? All right, you taking a bubble bath or something? You left Richmond's house about an hour ago. Where are you?
Hey, it ain't my fault, Rocky. Look, you should have sent somebody else.
Oh, is that so there, smart guy? All right, well, for your information, all right, you were the closest one on the map there, pal.
Yeah, well, it may have looked shorter on your friggin' map, but I had to take the Main Street Bridge. You know, the one with the lane closed for the construction. And now I'm stuck in about a line of cars, about a mile long, so I'm not going to get there for at least another hour.
For a dispatcher, looking to the future is critical, but looking to the next day is often not far enough. By posting the status of your standard available times on what you might call a dispatch status board, you can create a 3-day forecast. Once you've identified which techs are scheduled and what their shifts are, you can estimate the volume of calls the shop will be able to handle. Oh yes, and be sure to leave some room for emergencies and unforeseen problems too.
Right, so I give Rock the 4 jobs in the morning, and then Sammy will take those 3. Yeah. I'll be set for the afternoon. This should work out fine.
You really think Rocky can do all that in just one morning? I mean, what if something happens or something?
Hey, what? Go back to the phones, will you? I got it all figured out here.
Okay.
I can handle it, believe me. I know we're supposed to be there half an hour. Will you hang on, please? Thanks. Okay. Yeah. Hello. No. I know you have to get back to work, man. But we fell a little behind. One of the trucks got a flat. Then we had emergency call. No. Don't call the other guy. He'll be there any minute. I promise you. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Hello.
So, once you've planned out your days, you can finally sit back and relax, right? Nope. Sorry. You see, a good dispatcher replans the day over and over in order to maximize productivity. There just isn't any real downtime. As variables change, like how long a certain job takes, customer cancellations, new emergencies, technical problems, etc., the dispatcher has to make the appropriate changes. In fact, right up until closing time, the dispatcher is still tweaking the next day's schedule to ensure that everything runs smoothly the next morning.
Hey, Mike. I'm heading out. Are you coming? It's late.
Yeah, I'm leaving in a bit. I've just got one last thing to do. Make sure everything's set for tomorrow.
Okay.
Just before I forget, yeah, Pete's got the pump pulling equipment in his truck, so I got to make sure he gets a dispatch instead of Tom.
Got it.
See you in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, one last tip. Know your call potential. You see, not all calls have the same potential for customer service. For example, you wouldn't want to risk losing a call for water in the basement from a repeat customer to rush out and handle a stoppage for a first-time customer. That's not to say the stoppage call is unimportant. It is important. All customers are. However, the question is priority. If an emergency call comes in and people are in danger, that is a top priority call, no matter what else may have been scheduled ahead of it. See what I mean? So, in order to make things easier and to ensure that everybody uses the same standards for prioritizing, it helps to have a priority or ratings list that identifies the most productive calls. You'll find an example of one in your participants' workbook. Well, that just about wraps things up. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. I know I have. The rest of the meeting is up to you. Enjoy your discussion and the exercise for this week. And for now, I'll say goodbye. I look forward to seeing you next time.